After Last Airbender changed my entire outlook on life. Alright, so the history goes is that I was 7 years old in 2009. I was eating breakfast in front of the TV while I was getting ready for school. That didn't make sense, but you get what I mean. So I stumbled upon this cartoon. I didn't know what the name was, I didn't know anything about it, but for whatever reason I was hooked. Maybe it was the art style or the fighting choreography or like the music in the background. But from that day on, it really became a part of who I am. Today I want to come up on here to talk about 3 life lessons that this show taught me, which is persistence, patience, and wisdom. So let's start with patience, and I want to thank you for your patience for not clicking away from this video. So smash subscribe, hit the like button, and maybe comment, and yeah. Patience is one of the most important core themes throughout the show. Aang couldn't just rush in and kick Violet Ozai in the groin, even if that would have been way easier. He had to master all 4 elements, connect with his spiritual side, and even go on a little side quest to learn how to take someone's bending away. But what stands out is that even with the weight of the entire world on his shoulders, after being frozen for 100 years, Aang still took it one step at a time.
You're not even wearing pants.
No, Fire Lord Ozai. You're not wearing pants.
And Zuko's whole redemption arc, he had to mess up, learn from the mess up again to find his purpose and a version of himself that he's the most proud of. And that's the kind of patience that I try to incorporate in my own life too, that sometimes the biggest challenges that we face can't be solved all at once, but one step at a time. Alright, let's move on to persistence, and what better character is to learn from this than my boy Sokka. Sure, there are plenty of examples of persistence throughout Avatar, but Sokka stands out because he showed it in such a unique way. During his sword training arc, he felt misplaced within the group. He couldn't bend, and compared to everyone else, he thought he had nothing special. But under Master Piandao, Sokka pushed himself to learn, and the way he did it was entirely his own. He painted a scene in his own style, literally pressed his face onto the paper to leave his mark, and then forged a sword out of a meteorite that fell from the sky. He proved that persistence isn't about doing things the normal way, it's about sticking with it, finding your own path, and still succeeding. And of course wisdom, and we're talking about none other than Uncle Iroh himself. His entire backstory is a journey of pain and self-discovery. He lost his only son, he was ridiculed by his own people for retreating Ba Sing Se, and yet out of all that, he became the wisest character in the show. What makes Iroh unique is the way he found wisdom in places most people wouldn't even look. He learned firebending not by destroying, but by preserving. Learning from the last surviving dragons when everyone else was hunting them. He learned lightning direction by studying the water tribe when most firebenders would rather lock them up. And he showed wisdom in not only what he learned, but in also how he guided others. With Zuko, he didn't force him to change or lecture him into becoming better. Instead, he let Zuko make mistakes, fall, and struggle, knowing that real wisdom comes from finding your own path.
Who are you? And what do you want?
The patience and guidance helped shape Zuko into the person he was meant to be. Uncle Iroh proves that wisdom doesn't just come from the obvious places. Sometimes it comes from unexpected sources, from failure, or even from pain. And if you're open enough, every moment in life has something to teach you. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. After has a lot of life lessons, but these 3, persistence, patience, and wisdom, is really what stuck with me the most throughout my life. What I love about this show is that every character has something that you can learn from, and if you're like me, every time you rewatch it, you learn something new. I hope you guys can appreciate the show as much as I do and maybe take away something for your own life. But thanks, and until next time, bye.